Yo, welcome back to another video. Now this video is going to be similar to what I did with my Kaguya video recently, where I showed the case to the team that I do like running with the units, and then we went into some stages to kind of show how she performs. When it comes to Gogeta himself, I genuinely have not had this much joy in playing Anime Vanguards in such a long time. This guy has really he's brought me back a lot of joy in playing this game, because he is all about his passives and kits, and this is what I loved Anime Vanguards for initially. So I was a bit disappointed when we had that big change of kind of moving everything into the damage numbers and out of the passives themselves for the actual unit damage. But this is the opposite way. He doesn't have the greatest amount of damage being Monarch, but his passives, you might read it briefly and you might think he is as a support, which he is. He does support very well those other fusion units, but he underlyingly secretly buffs himself a crazy amount when he is ran with a bunch of other fused units. Now, the reason why I am using Ichigo is because Ichigo, since he does have that group category buff, as being treated as part of the category, he's good just to have, so Gogeta can steal his crit damage with Deadeye. He can get 75% crit damage, that 32% of that can be taken by Gogeta himself. That is why I'm running this team. We have 2 free placement units that will give a total of all 75% crit damage each. This is why you run these. You don't even need to upgrade any of them. We run a Hercule because of his 20% damage buff that he provides, and also the 30% crit damage buff. This is a huge buff for Hercule, and then also he just increases money earned from any farms on the map, which is quite nice. So at upgrade 7, if we have our farms placed down and maxed out, they're doing 4,100 yen each, which is quite nice, instead of what the normal, let's see, what is it normally, 3,000, yeah, 3,060. So yeah, Hercule is nice for that. And then we are running a weather report for the 30% more, and that is the team that I am going to be running. We are going to be doing it with familiars later on, but the first one that I do want to do is Guilty Gear stage without any familiars, just to showcase this is really possible with Gogeta. Pretty much Gogeta is solo carrying it, while these other placements are kind of just there. They're not actually dealing any damage themselves. But yeah, Gogeta, definitely to build him really well, you do need specific traits on other units too. That mainly just being Deadeye on your Goku and your Ichigo. Hercule does not need Deadeye, but it is nice just to have that 100% uptime on his buff to basically guarantee it, so there is no downtime on it. The other units that do work with the fused buff, that would be Gogeta himself, a Super Saiyan 4 version, but he is a 1 placement. That's why I'm not bringing him, and we're not investing any money into them. And then the second unit that does work is Jin Mori, but just do know that it's only the original copy of Jin Mori that is benefiting from Gogeta. His clones do not benefit from Gogeta at all. If I were to bring in a wave and he does get a crit, you can see that Jin Mori has now gotten a 50% crit buff, but the clone that I've placed down does not have it. So yeah, it is only a buff towards the main placement of Jin. Otherwise, yeah, it's not good for the clones at all. That's why I'm running Goku and Ichigo over using a Gogeta SSJ4 and a Jin Mori. One thing that I am going to do, just to showcase a little bit more of this team with all of the familiars set up on them, is to show the effective DPS, because the effective DPS is an in-game calculator to actually show you the realistic damage numbers that your units are outputting. So if I bring in a Hammer Giant, we have it over here. So now we can place down our Gogeta, and then we'll also just bring in some of these guys to now start doing bubbled. So right now our Gogeta is at 300k. This will fluctuate. It won't say the proper true DPS, but you can see the damage numbers, and that is pretty similar to what I was already calculating before. He is still building up right now, so it will take a little bit, but already just looking at it, you can see the DPS numbers that he is reaching and is climbing very, very high. This is a very good unit. I really like this unit, and I am looking forward to playing the game with this team. I don't need any other units, honestly. But yeah, that is just showcasing the effective DPS. You can see it's going between 500 all the way up to 600,000 DPS. It's a good unit, guys. It's a good unit. Alright, so now we are going to be going into the Shining Castle, the Guilty Gear's Extreme Stage. I am going to be picking Exploding because Gogeta can dodge attacks. Now, I did say that I am going to be going in without any familiars, but I'm still going to be using a silly fairy because honestly, the stage is a bit cooked without any sort of like extra econ that you can get. I'm like completely removing all other familiars, so I'm not like getting the crazy power. So I feel like it evens out if you do have some sort of other decent familiars on. So that is why I'm just going to be using silly fairies in this instance, so that like really shouldn't be too much. I'm like really kind of limiting myself for no reason. It's not really like a guide for other people to follow. I'm just showing the power that you can get. But after this, I will be putting familiars on because I want to go into the Cid stage and do some speedrunning again, because that was pretty fun last time and I feel like I can perform pretty well with the Gogeta. So right now I am just placing down my units. This is to also showcase like you don't like these guys aren't really even there to do anything. I'm just having them down so they are basically just supplying Gogeta with a crit buff, and that's it. Like that's all they're doing is there for a crit damage buff. Because like look at the damage he is already dealing. He's already cooking through the first boss by himself, and he's extremely cheap for a unit. There we go. That should be done. And now we work on upgrading a Hercule so we can get that nice extra crit damage buff. And then from there, we'll just max out our Gogeta. Now, the next time our Gogeta does, I think if he does consume, there we go, 5.05 times crit multiplier now. And yep, that is crazy. So the other thing is, like, if you didn't know, these units don't actually need to be within Gogeta's range for him to take the crit. It's a completely global effect that can happen, which is very nice. We'll go ahead and start working on taking out the armored stocks on this boss. These units have really done nothing. These units have done something because Goku does increase range, but like it's kind of showcasing like they don't need to actually be doing anything. You just have them there for placement and you have a Deadeye on them for even more buffs, but you don't, I guess you don't need to, but it does help quite a lot. Alright, and now we're up to the final boss. I am removing the armored stocks by using unique placements on units. So we should have him basically fully removed. There we go. And now we just go ahead and basically place down this. Oh, maybe they fixed him. He's not getting any bubbled effect on him. He does have immunity himself. So let's see if our Gogeta can just take him out. Should be able to. You can already see the effective DPS. It's nearly at 300,000 DPS just attacking a single enemy, which is showing you like my calculations were true from the previous video that I have done. And yeah, I was not lying with this guy is actually a monster. He can cook so hard. This is without any familiars equipped too. Like he just does crazy damage. But there is the first stage completed. I think I kind of want to go through this again, but actually no, we don't need to go through it again. That is without any familiars on the main unit essentially. But yeah, that is the first stage completed. Very simple, very easy to do. I'm pretty sure like Gogeta will never be taken as well because he has 100% chance to dodge, meaning that whenever the enemies do go and try to mark him to take him away, he doesn't get affected by that, which is very, very nice. So yeah, on to the next stage. All right, now we are onto the Aot Extreme Stage. We are going to be picking Exploding again because yeah, just why not? Gogeta just doesn't care about exploding at all. I think you can do it with Quake as well, but I don't want my units to be constantly being stunned because I still want them to attack. Mainly just weather report. So that's why I'm going with Exploding because it's more controlled than Quake is. But yeah, this should be another simple one. Go ahead and place down our Gogeta. I will be doing this one a little bit differently. I already have messed up. I'm just gonna sell my Gogeta and replace him. This one, I'm probably not gonna max out my Gogeta because I will need to move him around. So most of the time I might actually only keep him up to his first attack. We'll have to see what I actually end up doing, but I am putting all of my familiars on my units this time around because why not? Might as well. I feel like I have already showcased the power of the unit without having any familiars on him during the EX stage of Guilty Gear, so now we can have a little bit more fun. Yeah, I just realized after setting up the Hercule buff, this doesn't really matter because of the blinded from Colossal Titans, which kind of suck, but should be fine. Let's see. Let's see the DPS that my Gogeta is going to be outputting. Yep, that seems about correct. Wait, because he dodges, Wait, I did not know that. I thought his... Oh, wait. No, wait. So confused. I guess his dodge, he's dodging the blinded effect. What? Wait. What? I thought I was going to have to sell and replace him. Oh, that's perfect. And then, oh, Hercule is immune to range debuffs as well. So that is another perfect thing. I completely forgot about that. Let's see. I mean, this has been such an easy stage so far. We have lost one life stock because I let one enemy leak at the start of the game and I could not be bothered chasing him. So there is that. I also forgot to put a Fu buff on my Hercule, but that is all good. He is still chilling. There's like a block under Fu. There's also floating glasses. Now we just wait. This is so easy. All right, there is the Hammer Giant. Now we just sell our Gogeta and try to find the crystal. Here it is. Upgrade to that one. We can see the DPS at a single placement. He's also not going to get stunned by the giant crystal because like before, he has 100% dodge chance. So he is just going to completely cook this crystal. You know what? I might as well just upgrade to the next one that he has. And we have basically done it. There we go. Now we just sell that and bring him back. We can clear out the rest of these enemies. And that is the AOT stage completed. That was very simple. Honestly, a lot more simple than I thought it was going to be. And there we go. Easy. Now we will do Cid stage for the last one because I feel like we don't really need to do the dungeons. The dungeons aren't that hard at all. And I can't really showcase this team specifically in the elemental trials. I do want to make a video on that later on though. So yeah, last thing we are going to be doing is going into the Cid Raid and seeing how fast we can complete it. All right, and now we are on to the Cid stage. We do need to kind of set us up so we can get the proper correct time because we are going to be speedrunning. I am replacing Hercule with Smith because for the key to be able to speedrun something, you need to just basically only focus all your money into a singular unit or, you know, spend as little money as possible to get the highest amount of DPS. And Smith is just perfect with that with the Fu buff. So what we are going to be doing is setting us up once again so we can just... I did forget that we do need to start the match. Go ahead and do this. And this should set us up like so. And we are going to place our Gogeta down first. And I placed down my Goku by accident. We will just restart in real time. I will place down all my farms. I'll place down my Smith. And now I'll place down a singular weather reports. So I placed my Gogeta down right here for now, just so he can go ahead and hopefully clear out the waves faster. And what we want to do is we want to focus all of our attention in trying to get our speedwagons all the way up to max upgrade first. And then later on, we will be moving our Gogeta to a separate, like we'll be moving him right next to John Smith. So he has a better way of hitting both the boss and also clearing out the wave. But we did get 2 off the max upgrade here, so that is completely fine. We won't be upgrading Smith, we'll just be using the Fu bug interaction because it's still in the game for some reason even after an entire update, but we will use it if it is still available to us because we are trying to see how fast we can clear. Go ahead and do this. Now we place down all of our other units. We now go ahead and place down the remaining weather reports on the boss, and we'll wait for this to clear, go ahead and place Gogeta down, put him to closest, and now we do have him to his first attack. So now we begin the speed run. So enough talking for me. Let's just see how fast we can clear this stage now, because everything else is set up. Actually, replace the sword on him, and from there, that is all we need to do. Now we just see how fast he can complete this stage, while also upgrading him, of course, over time. Alright, and now we are coming up to the final stretch. Let's see how close we can get to reaching. We are at 3 minutes and 32 seconds up the top. This is going to be close. And with that final upgrade, we can animation cancel. Ooh, 344. Holy, yo, that is a crazy time to get. Yeah, Gogeta is pretty good. I was going to be doing rifts, but I don't think the rifts are up right now. I might as well go into lobby and see. Oh, the rifts are going to be up in 17 minutes, so I might as well wait for these rifts, and then we will do these, and then I will finish off the video there. Alright, and now we are on to the final thing, and that is currently the rift. It is Yhwach Rift, so we will just be going in with our entire team, and since it is a rift, we do get to play with a lot more money than normal. The other thing is we don't have any nullify unit, but that should be completely fine. We'll just sell and replace Gogeta when we need to, but we will place him down at the start right here. I think I'll just place him down right. Oh, this unit's moving too fast. I'll place him down right here. Does he kill him? Nope. It doesn't even matter anyway. Right, yeah, well, let's see how far I can get through this, which I'm pretty much expecting to be able to complete this really without any issue. I'll just let that one enemy leak. It isn't the end of the world anyway. So yeah, let's get through this rift and complete it. Alright, now we are at wave 20. Has been such a thrilling game to play. As you can see, I'm at 300,000 yen still. I guess I could bring other units along, but as you can see, I am already doing everything that needs to be done. This isn't really too much of a... I guess this is one of more of the harder stages, probably, but even then it's... No, not really. Now, Yhwach is not going to take any damage until he does get of his invincibility, which we will see. I think the first time he gets to become vulnerable is around this corner. So let's see the damage. Can he kill him within the first phase of his invulnerability? And there we go. I'm just going to sell and replace weather report to make sure bubbled is up constantly. Can we do it? I don't know how long his invulnerability lasts for. He might have walked outside of his range. He does. That's fine. We can just catch him on his next invulnerability phase, which is, I think, right here. I can't remember though. It's been a little while. There we go. He is vulnerable once again, and we will go ahead and kill him, and let's see. Boom, there we go. And that is the rifts done. That is Gogeta showcasing in actual games done. So yeah, that is going to be this video. Nothing else really to say other than I have really enjoyed my time using Gogeta. I think he's a super fun unit to play the game. Like, yes, you can get higher DPS if you use multiple units with Monarch, but you don't need it. That's overkill. I'm trying to enjoy playing this game, and that is what I'll do by building specific teams around units that I find fun to use, because you don't need all of the bajillion DPS units in the world to be able to clear any sort of stage in the game. I'm simply just trying to have fun, and this is how I am enjoying my time playing the game. So yeah, that is going to be me. I appreciate it if you have watched this far through the video. See ya.